Yo, what's up everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of my State of Xbox Game Studios series. It's here where we're going to analyse each first party studio and see how they're getting on 2 years into the generation, and most importantly, are they helping to change the narrative that Xbox is still struggling with first party content? As it's the first episode, I wanted to start with one of my favourite studios and kick this series off on a very positive note, because let's be real here, there's going to be some downer episodes. Founded in 2010 as Zipline Studios, this Canadian-based developer changed its name to Black Tusk in 2012 and was working on a new IP that never got properly shown off before finally setting on the Coalition 2 years later. A fitting name for the developer who was then tasked with making games in the Gears universe that Microsoft had just acquired from Epic. Microsoft also hired Rod Ferguson, who was the executive producer on the first 3 Gears of War games, to lead this studio and oversee development. It's therefore not surprising that they then hit the ground running with a well-received remaster of the original Gears of War in 2015, and followed it up with a worthy sequel in Gears of War 4 in 2016. The Xbox One had a lot of problems, but games wasn't one of them at the start of the generation, and the Coalition was a big reason why.
There's no choices about is Connect in or out. Right. Connect is in. And fortunately, we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Right. So stick with 360. That's your message if you don't, like it?
That's enough of a history lesson. More importantly, how are they getting on this generation? Honestly, there's nothing negative to say. At the time of upload, they've updated both Gears 5 and Gears Tactics for the launch of the series consoles, both of which were well received by fans and reviewers. I can personally testify to just how good Gears 5 is on a Series X, as the Hive Busters expansion took me about an hour longer than it would have if it were not for me just walking around aimlessly taking in the graphics, and at a fluid 60 FPS too. Outside of the Gears franchise, they also helped Epic Games to release The Matrix Awakens, an Unreal 5 showcase which apparently Epic was struggling to get working on a Series S. Again, another product that was praised for its graphical showcase and a brief glimpse into what this generation will look like in a couple of years, when we fully move on from the Xbox One and PS4 generation and developers start cutting their teeth on Unreal Engine 5.
In an industry where actors have tried to remain perpetually young, we wondered about digital faces that could become immortal.
Hi.
So yeah, there's nothing really to criticize, so surely we should be confident in their next project, right? Unfortunately not fully confident. At the beginning of 2020, the previously mentioned studio head, Rod Ferguson, left to join Blizzard, who was last seen at the showcase announcing Diablo 4. And as we'll go into more details in future episodes, I'm looking squarely at you 343. Incompetent leadership/management can really affect development due to Microsoft's very hands-off approach with their developers. Between potentially worse new leadership and COVID forcing them to work from home for a significant amount of time, there is a little chance future games could have a more struggled development, though there are no such rumours to back this up compared to other studios under the Xbox umbrella like Rare, where we haven't seen Everwild despite being 2 years past that very smoke and mirror CGI trailer.
Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it. But only a few truly feel it.
As of 2022, it is believed that one of the future projects is Gear 6, which, let's be real, is definitely in development, and a new IP that's going to be a more experimental title. Although it's been 3 years since we've heard anything, a longer period than we're used to considering there were only 3 years between Gears 4 and 5, I'm still going to remain confident until there's concrete proof something's gone wrong. Just not fully confident until we know how the studio is doing post Rod Ferguson. Anyways, I can't wait to see what they're working on, how they're going to take advantage of new hardware that target exclusively next-gen consoles, and most importantly, how they're going to tackle the very divergent plot points at the end of Gears 5. Xbox has a great studio here and proof that their hands-off approach works under the right circumstances. Hopefully Phil and the Coalition can keep this success going.